Well, hello once again, everyone. For those that are here, welcome back. It's already been here. My name is Pete, and this is my lunch break. Welcome back to Tailgate Lunch Break with Pete. Today we are going to do just a simple burrito here. It's going to be super simple. Remember, we only have 30 minutes of a lunch break. And so we're going to try to cook this as quickly as possible. When it comes to the stove I'm using, it is an old one, an old Coleman propane camping stove. This one was made in 1989, so it's in a little bit rough shape. It's kind of rusted in some spots, but it works. So we're going to go ahead and get this set up here. And while I'm doing that, my counterpart from last night is going to go ahead and show you what we did to prepare for this here. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my kitchen. We're going to get a burrito ready. We have the tortillas in our car, but we'll get ready with some ingredients such as our pepper and onion. After the pepper and onion, we have some chili beans we're going to use to add a little bit more fill to it. Then we'll get our spices ready, which is going to be garlic. We have some cumin. And top it off, some smoked paprika. Looks like I need to get some more. We're just going to do 1 teaspoon each of those for our seasoning. We'll go ahead and do our standard 2 slices of onion, and we'll go ahead and dice it up. So just go ahead and dice it up nice and fine. Then we'll do the same thing for our pepper. For the pepper, though, we're just going to do 1/4 of a pepper. Then we'll go ahead, slice it, and then we will dice it. And then we'll just go ahead and put it in a bag. We'll do about a cup of cheese. And for our chili beans, just go ahead and put it in a bag. I didn't show it because it got kind of messy. And then last but not least, we have our beef. What I'm going to do first, let's get the rice going. I already have the cast iron skillet going to get warmed up. So for the rice, we're going to do just a little glug of oil. Let's see, then we're going to put some water in here. We're just going to do just a single serving of rice. So it's going to be a 1/2 cup of water. Yeah, a little bit more than 1/2 cup of water, but that's all right. And now that we got that going, let's go ahead and turn this on. When it comes to today, it's a little bit windier outside, so we'll see how this fares. If it gets too windy, it might blow these burners out. But we will be prepared for that just in case we have our lighter close by. We can do that. Let's go ahead, tamp up our water so we don't spill it everywhere. Put a little bit of our oil in our cast iron. And what we're going to do here for our meat, we're just going to go ahead and do our onions and peppers and cook that together with the hamburger before we add some seasoning to it. We'll salt it while we're cooking it before we put seasoning in. That should be ready to go. We'll go ahead and drop these out. When it comes to using all this plastic here, like these sandwich bags, I do that because I don't really like doing dishes. So this just gives it a little bit, makes it a little bit easier on me, and takes out a little bit of work so I don't have to constantly do dishes. But when it comes to, I still go ahead and of course clean the pans and whatnot. That is one of the prices to pay of having really good food during your lunch break when your food service isn't available at work right now. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this here, is because, one, I want that good food. Food service is closed. And heck, even if food service were to come back here after this pandemic finally blows over, I might just continue to make my own stuff because it's been fun so far, and I like it. That water is now starting to boil for the rice, so let's go ahead and get us a little bit of rice here. Do that 1/2 cup. we'll also give that a little bit of a stir too. And we'll just go ahead and put some salt in my rice as well. I'll go ahead and use some garlic salt. When it comes to what you're seeing me use here, this is just one of those multi-spice shakers that you can get in the camping section of a department store. Really easy, and it's got a whole bunch. It's got 2 different types of salt, pepper, and it's got cayenne, curry, and paprika in there. So we could probably even do a little bit of our cayenne in there and give the rice a little bit of a kick. All right, since we are doing a burrito, that Tex-Mex favorite, got to have a little bit of a kick. Let's go ahead and put our lid back on there, have it cook a little bit faster. And there's our meat. Let's go ahead and put our meat in there now, and we'll start getting that cook up too. Yep, just breaking it up. Now that that's there, let's go ahead and put some spices. Let's go ahead and salt it up. Not too much salt, just a little bit of salt. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't do a taco packet today, is because that thing has a ton of salt in it. And I'm trying to cut back a little bit on the sodium here. Let's also do a little bit of a cayenne in the meat, since I didn't do any in my seasoning mix I made. Okay, that's nice and boiling over there. So we'll go ahead and turn the rice off for right now. And now it's just a matter of waiting for this meat mixture to cook. Once the meat mixture is done cooking, I'll move that over to one side in the pan, and then I put some beans in a plastic bag here, and I will go ahead and put those beans in the other side of the pan to get that warming up. And then once everything's nice and warmed up, we'll go ahead and make our burrito. Now that went ahead and cooked fast, I'm going to go ahead and add my little seasoning mix that I made. Just got cumin, garlic powder, and some paprika, some smoked paprika. Go ahead and put that in there. And that's looking pretty good. And we'll also usually do what a taco packet calls for. They usually call for a little bit of water. So we'll go ahead and put that in there too. Oh yeah, guys, this is starting to take shape and starting to look pretty good here. Okay, now we got that there. Let's go ahead and get our beans on this other side of the pan, get those warming up. Wow, beans of course a little bit messy being in a plastic bag. So, we'll go ahead and let our beans warm up. Once the beans are warmed up, I'll go ahead and put this on the curb beside me, because we are going to break out our griddle to go ahead and warm up our tortillas. So they're actually a little bit more easier to handle and fold. And heck, I might even just go ahead and do a little nice grill mark on each side. We'll go ahead and check that out real quick. Okay, that should be plenty warm, plenty hot, and since cast iron retains that heat, we'll just go ahead, set this on over to the curb behind me, because of course that's hot. I don't want it to burn anything. We'll go ahead and do that too for this rice. Let's go ahead and light this other burner again, and throw our griddle right on top. So when it comes to this grill, I don't want to get too awfully hot, because this is kind of what I'm going to use as my workstation to make the burritos here. So as soon as I feel that getting warm. When it comes to these, I was afraid I had enough stuff to make 2 burritos, so I went ahead and brought me 2 tortillas here. So go ahead, just flip those on there, and we'll get both of these warming up. Flip these over from time to time till they do. Yeah, starting to get warm there, so flipped it over. Give it a few seconds on this side. And go ahead, flip it over again. Go ahead and flip that side. So we have that cold side, go ahead or that warm side in the middle. Flip the cold side out. Go ahead and flip this again. And we'll do the same thing with this one, just flip that over. So the reason I'm heating the tortillas up, of course, like I said, is just to make them more bendable, easier to work with. So when I try to make the burritos here, the tortilla itself doesn't break and outspill all my goodies. Okay, have those on low now. And these are starting to get there. I'd say, yeah, they're pretty much ready to go. So go ahead and build these out real quick. I'm going to have to hurry here so we don't get those burning. So grab that, do a little bit of meat on this one. Woo! A little bit of the meat on this one. A little bit of the beans. A little bit of the beans. This is where I'm going to go ahead and put on my cheese for both of these. Half of it on that. Yeah, these might be a little bit too big to fold over here. Doesn't mean we can't try. We got our rice, and oh yeah, nice and fluffy here. So looks like I'll just have to take it a little bit easy on the rice. I did it again. That's how I always seem to make my burritos kind of big. And then last thing, we're just going to do a little bit of this paste picante sauce. I know it's not real salsa, but hey, we just want something to give it a little bit of wetness to it and make it nice and juicy. So that's what that's for. All right, and then moment of truth, wrapping these guys up. And one of those sides got a little bit too crispy, so we'll go ahead and throw a little bit of aluminum foil there and just make it a lot better so it doesn't break on us. Go ahead and do that for our other one here too. All right, there we go. All right, guys, I'm kind of excited for this. This is the moment of truth here. So, yeah, we've got a nice little crispiness on the tortilla there. And let's go ahead and do this. Magnifique, guys. This is really good. Really good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these here now, if you don't mind. So give me one moment while I do that. Well, all right, guys, that was really good. You know, you can't go wrong with the burrito. Whoever invented the burrito is a hero in my book. Anything that you can do to put inside a tortilla is definitely a winner. And I definitely won with that one there. If you guys really like this content, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. Go ahead and click that like button. I really appreciate you guys being here with me, enjoying my lunch break. It was a pleasure having you. I'm glad you did indeed come. But if you don't mind, I got to get back to work now. So I'll go ahead and see you guys on the next one. Thanks for joining. You take care.